Every individual of us has their own unique dream space in our minds. However, we all desire to achieve one common dream space, that is freedom. Freedom to do whatever we wish. Whether taking a long break from your work or pursuing your passion like travel, music, photography, or going to your favorite hero movie on a weekday, ask yourself how many of us can actually fulfill those wishes whenever we want. I personally believe having time under your control is the biggest dream space one can achieve in their life. At the end of the day, what's the purpose of human life? Pursuit of happiness? We crave for happiness. Now, the path to achieve this dream space is achieving financial freedom. Because when we have money and health, we can do whatever we wish in our life. Now, the biggest question is how to achieve this financial freedom. If you search in Google or YouTube, you'll find thousands of strategies like this. Let's say if someone is earning a lakh salary, save 25% of it, which is 25,000 rupees per month, and increase his savings by 10% every year. Park this in equity mutual funds for next 25 years. You'll receive a corpus of 10 crore rupees. In India, if someone has a 10 crore corpus, it will fulfill all your necessities. If you start withdrawing just 6% of it every year, even getting a cash flow of 5 lakh plus inflation adjusted, this will run throughout your life like Akshay Patra. As simple as it sounds, right? Now, a question should arise in all of your mind. If it is this simple, why only few people in real life have achieved this financial freedom? Let me tell you the truth. If wealth creation can happen only in Excel sheets and calculations, by now, mathematicians and intellectuals would have become the best investors in the world. But that's not the truth. In fact, let me share one fun fact. The man with highest IQ, Sir Albert Einstein, the money he earned in 1921 Nobel Prize, he lost most of it in 1929 stock market crash. So this proves, wealth creation doesn't need highest IQ. However, it needs best emotional quotient. When our investing behavior improves, we can create generational wealth. If someone has a smart brain, he might create a little better return. But if someone builds a best investing behavior and psychology, he can create a substantial wealth. Let me share my personal experience. Before I was preparing this presentation, when I did a small calculation about my last 3 years' income, when I took last 3 year average, my passive income is much higher than my active income. This should be the goal. Your money should work for you. Now, how do we do that? Now, how do we improve our behavioral finance? Let's get to that. Now, let me show you two champions. Identify the running champion on the left. Okay. Now, identify the running champion on the right. Okay. When I asked about Usain Bolt, I heard a lot of voices. However, when I asked about Eliud Kipchoge, I hardly heard a voice. Why many of you don't know about Eliud Kipchoge? Let me tell you. When Usain Bolt runs, he runs like a thunder. He finishes his 100-meter race in less than 10 seconds. Watching that run is thrilling and exciting. However, when Mr. Eliud Kipchoge runs, you can't watch his run because he's a marathoner. He runs 2 hours straight. Tell me, watching a man running for 2 hours, is it painful or pleasurable? Painful. Okay. Now, when we can't see someone running for 2 hours, how can you see your investment run for 25 years long? This is the problem. Patience. Long-term wealth creation need patience. Let me share my personal story. When my daughter Joshita was born 15 years ago, I rushed from Hyderabad to Kadapa. When I reached her, when I took her in my hands for the first time, I was not worried whether she will grow big or not, because end of the day, we know when children get born, they'll grow over a period of time. when we give time. In fact, I was worried. I don't want she should see all the struggles which I saw in my life. And I want to give the best food, best clothes, best education. And I want to protect all the from all the obstacles she's going to face. These were the thoughts which were running in my mind. It's not whether Joshita will grow big or not. Okay. Many parents here can relate with me. Okay. Now, let me connect this to investing. When you invest, okay, why do you check your broking app every hour? We know when we invest in equities, equities will deliver fantastic return over a long period of time. Why do you track it minute by minute? Instead, manage your risk. Now, see, let me show you a chart of Sensex. Okay. How many of you saw this chart? Many of you, yes. Okay, this is a chart. Normally, when someone shows Sensex return, they'll show you this chart itself. It looks so beautiful with little volatility. It keeps on rising, and it gives us a hope that when we invest somewhere, okay, at the end of the day, our money grows like this. But let me show you the real Sensex chart. This is the month-on-month Sensex performance chart. On 1 month, it grows up by 25%. The other month, it comes down by 5%. Not many investors can handle this volatility. This is the problem. Okay. When we know Sensex actually is volatile asset class, okay, what we need to do is we need to prepare our mindset how to handle this volatility. It's not about what will happen in the long-term chart. Okay. It is all about what do you do in this volatility makes your wealth creation difference. So to reach the 10 crore corpus in the beginning calculation next 25 years, you need to survive each minute in the market for next 25 years. For that, you need to prepare your mindset. Since I was talking about Joshita, let me explain next behavioral investing issue with her example itself. Okay. She's scared of flies and cockroaches. Whenever she sees a cockroach around her, she panics and she screams. Now tell me, can I go to cockroach and ask, hey cockroach, my daughter is scared of you. Don't go near her. It's not going to work, right? Now, when you invest in stock market, can you go and tell stock market, hey market, I invested now, you're not allowed to fall. That will also not work. So we need to prepare our mindset for that volatility. How do we handle this volatility to create that generational wealth? See, in our brain, we have two systems. System one, which is fast, automatic, and unconscious. Let's say if I ask your name, you will immediately respond. Or if I throw this presenter, someone in the first row will try to immediately catch it. Okay. These automatic responses comes from our system one part of the brain. Now, if I ask you what is 75 times of 43, you will process this answer, you will calculate and you will respond back. These calculations and deliberate responses will come from our system 2 part of the brain. Now, when it comes to investing, okay, it needs a lot of calculations and assumptions. So, which system we use? System 1 or system 2? System 2. Many think it is system 2, but the reality is we use system 1. Let me prove it. Can all of you read this slide for me? If you finish reading, where did you start reading from? You all would have started reading from the middle, the bold and highlighted content. The reason is our mind directs us to the most attractive part of the slide. Okay. In fact, many investment advertisements trick us with this strategy. They'll highlight few information and they'll make sure you know only that information. Okay. By reading only that small information, we end up purchasing those investments and we buy wrong products. So next time, whenever you're checking an investment proposal, don't just read highlighted information. Instead, read entire proposal. See, this behavioral finance session, which I'm taking today, I want to end this by relating with our mythology. Oh, where does Narayan sleeps? Snake. Okay. Serpent and Adisheshu. What's his vehicle? Garuda, eagle. Is snake and eagle are friends or enemies? enemies. And in our sastras, snake is treated as short term because it crawls on the floor. And eagle is treated as long term because it flies so high. And if you have to become Narayan, you need to handle these extreme volatilities at the same time. When you can handle these both the extremes at the same time, then Mata Lakshmi stays with you. Learn this. And thank you. Before ending my presentation, I want to share one quote of one of my favorite behavioral finance gurus, Parag Parekh. He says, investments have always done well, but investors have done poorly. All the best.